Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, The Elite Nurse Lifestyle, where we discuss all things fashion, but most importantly, fragrances. And so guys, if this is your first time here, thank you so much for watching. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for continuing to watch. So guys, today we are going to discuss some amazing fall and winter fragrances. Like I mentioned previously, most of my fragrances are actually geared towards this time of year because they're heavy hitters. They're beast mode. And so this time of year is perfect because I get to explore my more intense, my more in-depth fragrances. And, of course, most people know that I am not a lover of cold weather. However, the one thing I do look forward to, two things that I do look forward to when it comes to the colder seasons is, of course, the fashion. You've got your boots, your leather jackets, your leather clothes in general. And so, you can do it up a little bit more, but also the fragrances, because the fragrances are just more intense, they're more complex, and so you really get to enjoy that about the fragrances. And so guys, if you are interested in any of that, please stay tuned. And so the first fragrance that I am going to discuss is one that I have been longing to have in my collection. And it's from the house of Penhaligons. And I first heard about this fragrance from a Instagram person that I follow, Melissa's Wardrobe. She is so hilarious, and she was the first person I heard spoke about this fragrance, and it's none other than Cairo from the house of Penhaligon. And guys, when I tell you, if you like the combination of oud and rose, this right here, this fragrance is like top tier when it comes to that combo. I also do like the other fragrance, Halfeti, but that's a little bit more sweeter, a little bit more lighter than Cairo. But Cairo, guys, this fragrance, it's a little spicy, a little warm, a little woodsy, perfect for this time of year. Beast mode projection, beast mode sillage. And guys, just very elegant. Like when you smell this fragrance, it smells like money. Like when you smell it, it just gives off that impression of you're walking in money. That's how it smells to me. And it's just so perfectly blended with the rose and the oud. I'm not going to go into a lot of notes, but I'll give you a little bit. Like I mentioned before, it does have Damascus rose, there's saffron in the top, there's also some vanilla, there's some sandalwood and patchouli as well in the base. But guys, this is an amazing fragrance to check out and get your nose on it if you don't already have it. My second fragrance that we are going to talk about is from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. And honestly, guys, of all the fragrances that I own from this house, there isn't one that I can say that I do not like from all the ones that I've had. And I have Grand Soir, I've got Oud Satin Mood. These are all perfect as well for the colder time of year. I didn't put them in this list because I want to introduce newer fragrances to you that I haven't actually spoken about on my my channel before, but please believe that those are definitely in my rotation always for fall and winter. Okay, I stay with Grand Soir and Oud Satin Mood when it comes to this time of year. But this one in particular, I also have Feminine Pluriel and Baccarat Rouge, of course. You know, that's like Baccarat Rouge, you know, that's top tier right there. You know, all the fragrances that I have, I absolutely love. This one, however, is newer to my collection. This is Gentle Fluidity Gold. And this one, guys, this is a little softer, elegant. I could see this even going into spring, even as you know, as far as even summer, because it's not as intense as the Grand Soir or the Oud Satin Mood. This is a little bit more playful. It's woodsy, it's musky, it's powdery. Some of the notes are vanilla, amber, musk. There is also some juniper berries. There's nutmeg and coriander in this fragrance. It's, like I said, guys, it's softer. It's definitely more playful. It's more playful, very feminine. It's unisex, but I would say it leans a little bit, just slightly, towards you know, more to the feminine side. But it's absolutely beautiful fragrance. And so this is the second one that I have in the list, and it's Gentle Fluidity Gold. So guys, the third on my list is Velvet Haze from the house of Byredo, guys. The first fragrance I got from this house was Bal d'Afrique, and when I tell you guys, that fragrance, I was just so obsessed with it over the summer. I was just like, oh my God, what is this sorcery right here? That fragrance, I literally was just like, oh my gosh, this is one that I'm gonna have to keep in my collection for like spring, summertime. It was just so beautiful. And so of course that had me dig in more into the house of Byredo. And I wanted something that was more appropriate for this time of year. This one, although Velvet Haze, although it's still on the lighter side, it's not as you know, as beast mode as some of my other fragrances. It's still appropriate for this time of year. It has because it's a little woodsy, a little musky, but also you know, a little bit spicy, and it's a little sweet and earthy. Honestly, it puts me in the mind frame of a like a Santal 33. Not similar, doesn't smell similar, but like, you know how Santal 33, it's like woodsy, earthy, that kind of thing. I'm getting that kind of vibe from this fragrance. To me, it's unisex, but it leans slightly more masculine. So definitely, if you would like to check this out, you know, get a sample, because I feel like it could be a love or it could be a hate for some. Some of the notes in this fragrance, on the top notes, it's coconut, hibiscus, bergamot. So it starts off really aromatic, really fresh. And then in the mid, there is patchouli, there's tuberose and osmanthus, and the base has patchouli again. There's musk, cacao pods, ambrette, musk, and cashmeran. And so guys, I think this is definitely one of them that it's not going to be like a crowd favorite like Bal d'Afrique. I feel like when I smell Bal d'Afrique, I'm like, who couldn't like this fragrance? Who couldn't like this fragrance? And I was just like obsessed with that fragrance from day one. But this one, I feel like it would be a little polarizing. It's either you're gonna like it or you're gonna hate it. And so that's Velvet Haze. If you have this one, let me know what you think about this fragrance. I would definitely love this more on a man though. So the other fragrance in my fall winter fragrances is from the house of Tom Ford. And you know how I feel about Tom Ford, guys. I'm always saying this. I like the fragrances in this bottle, okay? I love most of the fragrances in this bottle, in this kind of bottle. The other ones, not so much. But yeah, you know, the thing with Tom Ford for me is that you don't really get an experience when you buy the fragrance, and it's quite pricey. You know, I don't mind paying for fragrances, but I like an experience. Like, give me an experience like Dior, give me an experience like Roja, give me an experience like Fragrance Du Bois. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't just, I feel like Tom Ford is like, you know what, y'all gonna buy it regardless, and just bang, just, he just bangs you over the head, but then just like, run me my money, okay? Because y'all gonna buy it regardless. But we like an experience over here. I want to be wowed, and, you know, give me a Corvette with my fragrance, you know, but I digress. So, as you all know, or may or may not know, my very first fragrance into from the house of Tom Ford was Effing Fabulous, right, guys? Because I love a leather note, and it was, you know, colder time of year, and I was just like, this sounds amazing, and I bought it. It was love at first sniff. So I was looking for something else. You know, I love suede and leather because I feel like it just gives the fragrance an elevated kind of essence to it, right? And so the one I'm speaking about is white suede from the house of Tom Ford. And guys, when I tell you this is so good, it is so good. It is perfect for this time of year. It's musky, it's a little powdery, it's leathery, it's got, you know, you smell a little bit of green, a little freshness. It's just, it's not as heavy as Effing Fabulous, guys. I feel like this would be more crowd pleasing than Effing Fabulous, because I know Effing Fabulous, it can be polarizing. It's either you like it or you hate it. But if you like a leather note, if you like a suede note, this one is just absolutely perfect. Another one that I've been raving about is the Siberian Rose, guys. That's got suede in it as well. And so this is why I love these fragrances, because it just does something to me. It just gives you that bad, like, bad girl coming through, like, get out my way, you know. You just, like, when I spray these fragrances, I just feel like I'm in all black, all leather, and I just need a bike. Okay? I don't even like bikes in particular, but that's the whole vibe I'm getting, like a Angelina Jolie kind of thing, you know? And so with this one, the top note, some of the notes are there's thyme and tea in the top, and then in the mid there's lily, there's saffron, rose, there's also suede, musk, sandalwood, amber, and olibanum. I don't get a lot of rose from this, to be honest. I definitely get more, you definitely get the suede and that leathery kind of feel to it. But this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance, guys. Check this one out. White Suede by Tom Ford. Okay, my next fragrance is one that I acquired earlier in this year, and it's just so beautiful, guys. It's like, when you wear this, you feel like you're just walking in money. Like, you smell like money. And this fragrance is none other than Gris Charnel from the house of BBK. And guys, this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. It's a little green, a little woodsy, it's ambery, it is spicy, and some of the notes, it's also, when it dries down, it's a little powdery. Some of the notes in this fragrance, guys, it's cardamom, fig, black tea. You get a lot of the fig, you get the iris, there's bourbon vetiver, sandalwood, and tonka bean, guys. A beautiful, elegant, just money. You just feel like money when you wear this fragrance, you know, and a beautiful fragrance. But again, like I would say for this fragrance, definitely get a sample of it, because I could see it being a little polarizing. Some may like it and some may not, but I just absolutely love this fragrance, and so I cannot wait to indulge in this. BDK Gris Charnel. So my next fragrance, guys, is from a newer house that I'm testing out. And when I got a sample of this fragrance, I was like, I have to get this. I want a bottle of this because it was so unique to me. It smelled like nothing I have smelled before. And it's from the House of Noble, 1942. It's called Perdizione. And it is just so unique, guys. It is floral, woodsy, musky. It has orange blossom, so I feel like you must like orange blossom, must like white florals, because those are so prominent in this fragrance. Some of the notes are lavender. Definitely get the lavender big time in this fragrance. So you have to like these notes, guys. Lavender, there's bergamot, grapefruit in the top, and then there's orange blossom, neroli, ylang ylang, petitgrain rose in the mid, and also vanilla, musk, and cedar. But when I wear this, I don't get a lot of rose from it. I get mostly the lavender, I get mostly the orange blossom, and neroli. So guys, Perdizione from the House of Noble. This is one that I think is just absolutely beautiful in the cooler months. And if you haven't smelt this, there's another one from this house that I absolutely love, but it's more for the I'd say spring, summer. It could go into the fall, but it's more lighter, more playful, and it's called La Danza Obsessed. It smells so good. So good. That is one of the fragrances from this house that I feel like would be more crowd pleasing. So if you haven't checked this house out, definitely look into these two. But I feel like most people would like the La Danza more than this one, but I just love it. So that is Perdizione from the House of Noble. And so my next fragrance is from Christian Dior. This is none other than Umbra Nuit. This is one of the most popular fragrances from the house. And guys, there is no fall or winter without this fragrance. You hear me? This is just so stunning. It's powdery, it's sweet, but not like overbearing, you know, or cloying. There's amber, there's rose, there's citrus, a little woodsy, a little spicy. Some of the notes are amber, rose, pink pepper, bergamot, and grapefruit. Guys, this is just absolutely stunning, perfect for this time of year, and I just cannot wait to just dive into this fragrance this upcoming fall and winter season. So guys, I know a lot of people have this one, so I'm not going to spend much time on it, but Umbra Nuit from the House of Christian Dior. The other fragrance that I am going to discuss is from the House of Kilian, guys. And this is Liaisons Dangerous. This fragrance is so intoxicating. I literally had bought this sample. Well, it's a fragrance, it's like the refill, but guys, I had to, once this is finished, I'm gonna get the bigger bottle because I just love this fragrance. It is sweet, it's fruity, a little woodsy, aromatic, musky. Some of the notes in this, it dries down a little powdery as well. Some of the notes, it's peach, plum, black currant, and coconut in the top. So it's got all those fruity notes in the top, but then it's so well balanced with the notes of rose. There's geranium, ambrette. There's also cinnamon. Guys, you know how I feel about cinnamon in my fragrances. There's musk, sandalwood, oak moss, woodsy notes, and vetiver and vanilla. So beautiful, so mysterious, so addictive. Liaisons Dangerous by the House of Kilian, guys. Get into it, okay? It's, for me, it's like wintertime, fall, perfect. This fragrance is just absolutely stunning to me, and I just cannot wait to dig deeper with this fragrance. So again, guys, Liaisons Dangerous by the House of Kilian. And so my next fragrance is one that is quite popular, and I feel like there's just no fall or winter without this fragrance, and it's none other than Nishani Ani. And I've had this fragrance now, guys. I've had this fragrance over a year now, and this is just that addictive vanilla fragrance. It's a little sweet, a little spicy, a little woodsy. It is just absolutely beautiful. I have 100 Silent Ways as well, which is a more sweeter fragrance. But these two fragrances I absolutely love. Whenever it comes to this time of year, I have to pull these out. I'm not going to go over this one much because this is everywhere, guys. Everyone loved this fragrance. Everyone's favorite vanilla fragrance. So Ani from the house of Nishani. And so my last fragrance that I'm going to discuss is from the house of Kilian as well. And it is none other than Angel Share. Guys, you all know how I feel about this. I've discussed this many times. It was one in my other video that I did on my favorite boozy fragrances. Guys, it's got, I believe it's cognac, there's cinnamon, praline. It's just a beautiful, addictive fragrance. It was love at first sniff for me, and of course, you know, it had to be in this list. So that's my list, guys. Some of the other fragrances that I didn't want to put in because I've gone over them so many times, that definitely is in my rotation for this time of year. It's Grand Soir, it's Oud Satin Mood. A newer one that I'm getting, which is on the way to me, but I don't actually have it. I have a sample of it. It's a rose fragrance. It's called Rose of No Man's Land. Guys, guess what? So I literally was just doing my video and my daughter came in and said I had a package. Guess what's here? Rose of No Man's Land. Of course, you know, I had to rip the plastic off and get into it. So it's the typical Byredo packaging. There. And there you have this beauty. Okay. You know how I told y'all that I was obsessed with Bal de Freak in the summertime? This might just be my new obsession for the winter and fall. Okay? I cannot wait to play with this more in depth, let you know how the sillage, the projection, you know, all that good stuff. And, you know, stay tuned, stay tuned. And then, of course, you know, Enigma, that stays in rotation all year round. So guys, I hope you liked my list. Let me know which fragrances are your winter or fall winter fragrances that are just must-haves for you this time of the year. And thank you for watching and stay tuned.